Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
The St. Cloud Mall stabbings over the weekend have many people in our area on high alert.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. There are different flags flying in downtown Fargo, and they're part of Welcoming Week. Now, this is designed to bring together U.S.-born citizens and immigrants to try and create a better sense of community for people from all backgrounds.
Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker talked to organizers who urge people to take in all of the planned events.
We don't want this to become like a flashpoint where suddenly people are very negative about a particular ethnic group.
Darcy Ashley says tragedies like the stabbings in St. Cloud don't represent all the people who may look like the stabber or be of the same background.
My first reaction is always, I wish that the Somali community wouldn't have to react to this as like this is how we all are, or, you know, people's fear now that, you know, they can't trust them.
And in regards to Welcoming Week, she hopes people put aside their fears and come out to the events.
All of this, of course, happened recently. We've been planning this Welcome Week for the past 12 months. And it really is just I think, an opportunity for the community to say, you know, I support you being a part of my community.
Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
Somali community members in the FM area tell Valley News Live they plan on holding a news conference this week to address the St. Cloud stabbings. Also, Fargo Mayor Tim Mahoney and Police Chief David Todd released a joint statement on the weekend events, saying in part, if you see something and find yourself thinking it's probably nothing, know that your police department is more than happy to give a second opinion on the situation. To read the full statement, head to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
Federal authorities are calling the stabbings at a mall in St. Cloud, Minnesota, an act of terrorism. They say 20-year-old Dahir Adan pledged allegiance to ISIS and stabbed 9 people at the mall. Adan used to live in Fargo before moving to St. Cloud. It's unclear if local authorities are aiding the federal investigation.
The St. Cloud terrorist act happened at a place many of us go to, the mall. A few shoppers at West Acres Mall in Fargo, who we spoke with, said the thought of an attack did cross their minds. Mall officials say they're not changing anything since the attack and have prepared for an array of situations. According to the mall's code of conduct, weapons are not allowed to be carried unless you are a trained police officer. They say security and staff conduct training and drills to be prepared for situations.
You know, here we've been fortunate. We primarily deal with petty offenses like shoplifting, you know, trespassing, those types of things. But as I mentioned, you know, we do prepare for more serious situations. There are a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that people don't realize.
Officials say if you end up in a situation like the St. Cloud Mall incident, you should follow Homeland Security's active shooter situation response, which is to run, hide, or fight.
Officials say the prime suspect in the weekend bombings in New York and New Jersey made at least 3 trips to his native Afghanistan and at least 1 trip to Pakistan. Federal prosecutors are preparing a list of terrorism charges against 28-year-old Ahmad Rahami. So far, he faces 5 state charges of attempted murder and 2 gun violations. The FBI says Rahami was not on law enforcement radar. Investigators say he's not cooperating. His bail has been set at $5.2 million.
A program made to block ads online is now putting more of them on your screen. AdBlock Plus is used by millions of people in hopes of avoiding malware, scams, and unwanted pop-ups.
But that same program is now selling ads. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson breaks down what you should be doing to protect yourself online.
You've seen those pop-ups before. Your computer is infected. Click here to fix it. Or you want a cruise, enter your information to claim your prize.
That ad will try to sell you something, or it will try to get you to download something, and that something might be spyware, or it might be a malware of some type.
To avoid those pop-ups, millions of people download ad blockers, which also help speed up your computer.
They will take so long to allow you to load the website. It just adds how much time.
They also can cut back on data usage on your smartphone.
You can tell the ad blocker, okay, when I go to this website, turn off ad blocking. When I go anywhere else, keep it on.
Technology expert Brian Shaw says you should be using an ad blocker, but be careful which one. Ad blockers are free for the user, but the only way those companies can make money is by selling ads.
They basically allow people to pay, or companies to pay them money to not block their ads.
Schott says most people have no idea which ad blocker they use. He recommends using Ghostery, Ad Block,
This is the one I'd recommend.
or Script Block. Those are programs that block all ads, meaning you have less of a chance of getting malware and more data to use on things you actually want to look at. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
If you're interested in downloading a new ad blocker, we have links to them on our website. Go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
One man is charged with terrorizing after allegedly telling people at a Grand Forks business that he had a gun. Police arrested 45-year-old Craig Cool of Grand Forks. Officers received 2 calls this morning about a suspicious male at Clear Channel Radio. An employee approached Cool to see what he needed, and he told the employee he had a gun in his vehicle. When police arrived, Cool had left, but they tracked him down at a parking lot nearby and took him into custody. A search of his vehicle turned up 2 airsoft guns. If convicted, Cool could face up to 5 years in jail.
A girl was taken to All True Hospital in Grand Forks to be evaluated this afternoon after witnesses say she jumped from a bridge in Grand Forks. Police say the female jumped off the south side of Kennedy Bridge, which is on Gateway Drive. An officer found clothing items on the walk path on the south side of the bridge. The juvenile female was found under the bridge. She was conscious, talking with paramedics, and was able to walk herself to an ambulance.
The LA Fire Department says a car hit 2 people on the Hollywood Walk of Fame before slamming into a building. This is happening at the corner of Hollywood Boulevard. The building houses the Museum of Broken Relationships. Both victims hit by the car are adults and suffered injuries that are not life-threatening.